Hello, welcome back to episode 3 of Property Probationers with me, Becky Ballard, and
me, Kerry Kelleher. Hello, everyone.
It feels like a longer time than a month since we've recorded.
It has been, to be fair.
Oh, has it? Maybe it has been longer then, but yeah, it's been a bit of a month.
Easter holidays.
Oh, maybe that's why it felt longer.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, no, I've had a bit of a crappy month, really. What about you?
Well, it's not been crap. I've been probably looking after myself a little bit more. So I've taken a step back and, trying to find a bit of balance. It's not easy.
Important, isn't it?
Yeah. So looking after my mental health more than anything. Because mindset is obviously a massive thing.
Yeah.
In anything. But yeah.
Yeah, it affects everything in life, doesn't it? So
yeah, I think 18 months of keep trying and not getting anywhere takes its toll.
Yes.
So I've recognised that and I'm doing what I need to do at the moment.
And I think this is why we're recording this podcast, is to show that it isn't as easy as they make out.
Not all rainbows and sunshine.
Packages.
And we're human at the end of the day.
Yeah, and so, social media does make it out to be really easy and just do this and just do that and just get yourself this and just get a HMO and it's not that easy. It really isn't, is it?
I think if you've got money, money's not an object.
Yeah.
Then it's probably.
But even then, it dwindles, doesn't it? If you get money, there's only so far you can go with it. And I'm just noticing more, and it's funny because I think as well, the more you talk about the problems and the challenges that you're facing, other people say the same.
Definitely.
And I've really noticed it when I've been networking and talking to people, and they're going, oh no, I've had a really crap month. I might have to get a job. And they're like
yourself,
tough. Yeah. That's me saying that to them.
Yeah.
And then they're saying, yeah, no, it is really tough, isn't it? And it's like, oh, right, okay, so you're struggling too.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone puts on this big persona that everything's great, and actually, it's tough.
I've always been quite open about my mental health mindset and whatever. I've really struggled in the past, and I kind of get obsessed with one thing. And this is probably the longest I've stuck something out, really trying, because it is my passion, it is what I want.
Yeah.
And I will still aim for that. But I've got better at recognising something's not right. Something needs to change, at least for now.
So what's got to change?
Like I say, looking after myself. The reason I started was to make a better life for my family. And I feel like at times I didn't put the girls first. I was so busy looking for properties, viewing properties. Everything was like property. Didn't make time for them for a while, which is not what I wanted. They haven't noticed, I don't think. They've not said anything, but in my mind, I've got that guilt. And it's like, I really need to find a balance because it will take its toll. And obviously family and relationships are more important than money and
property
at the end of the day.
Yeah, my daughter did say that to me the other day. What was it? I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, I think I was buying bits for the chalet, which we'll talk about in a second. And because it comes to a head at the night when you're like, right, I've got to buy all this stuff, I've just got to buy it, get it done. And my daughter had asked me to bring a glass of water up to her. And yes, she could have come and got it herself. But it was about, I said, I'll be up in a sec, I'll bring it up. And 45 minutes later, I was still down and doing it.
You just get so engrossed.
And she texted me, and I hadn't seen it because my phone had gone onto silent, like sleep mode, and she'd just been spamming me. And then the last thing she put was, putting your job first again, or putting your work first again. I was like,
yeah, that hurts.
And it wasn't intentional. I thought they were in bed, and I'm actually better at night, cracking on and stuff. Like the morning, I'm rubbish. I'm like,
I'm better in the morning.
Oh really? Oh, so we would work together. Anyway. I'd work at the evening.
Sleepy. Yeah. As well as my mental health, I've got epilepsy, so I take medication for that.
So you've got to be careful.
And that wipes me out. And probably I need to look after myself more than the average person does, because being run down, stressed and that can cause a fit, which I don't want.
No.
If I have a fit, I then can't drive for a year. It has a massive impact.
Yeah.
And then in my head, if I can't drive, a lot of the property stuff is going to stop anyway.
Yeah.
Like networking and obviously viewings and everything like that.
Yeah, no, it's massive.
You need to be able to get around.
Yeah.
And where we live.
And just with kids and everything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I know. A couple of people in my life had the same thing. It's awful.
And that probably, when I couldn't drive for a year, that probably was like my lowest point. It's like, I've lost my independence. And what am I going to do now? And I don't want to get back to that. So I do need to listen to my own body.
And actually, now you said that, which reminded me, when we come back from camping in the Easter holidays, I think I had a bit of a flare up with my AS, and I think it was just camping isn't much of a relaxing holiday. You have to do so much. and I literally come home and I felt like I'd been hit by a bus. And I just had to, like, a couple of days, I just had to just not do much at all. Yeah. So yeah, you do have to be careful.
Yeah, but at least you are in a position where you can do that.
And this is what I say about getting a job. I would really struggle with getting a job because basically I've been retired for 18 months nearly, and I'm getting to the point where I'm sort of running out of my top up money.
Yeah.
The bungalow will do well now it's summer, and it should hopefully pay me a wage, but I just need to make sure that I can cover the mortgages.
Yeah.
And so potentially I might have to get a job to do that. Especially if other things don't come off. But it's like, where am I going to fit that in with obviously letting myself, like this morning I didn't get up till, what time is it now? I don't know, 9:30, because I could lay in and I needed just to catch up on that sleep. And because I've been doing loads of physical work this week, it's just really taken its toll on me. School runs are sort of 7:30 till 9:30, 2:30 till 4 every day. It's so much time. Yeah. So I don't know when I'd actually fit a job in on how I would want it homeschooled, and it's just
not easy.
No. What job can I do that's like 9 till 2 every day? Yeah. Where I can just go, no, do you know what, I don't feel like it today.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
I am happy I did go part-time because working full-time, I'm not that old, but it does take its toll on me.
Yeah. Like you say, you need to have time to relax.
Yeah, definitely. And do things around the house. That wipes me out more than it should, I feel. But yeah.
That's what I put in my thing the other day. I did an Instagram post, and I don't even clean my own house. I have cleaners.
I did
even when I can't afford it, I have a cleaner because I can't physically do it, and yet I'm scrubbing
someone else's.
But only to save money. It's just a money thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the reason I've had a crappy month was because both the purchase lease options that were going ahead. The local one where they were moving to Spain, they couldn't get a buy-to-let mortgage, so I couldn't do the PLO. That was really sad, and they still haven't sold it, so they're very stressed out about it, which is awful.
They expected to be in Spain by now, didn't they?
Like February. So it's taking its toll on them, and I do feel really bad for them. But unfortunately, it's just not cheap enough that I can buy it below market value. Yeah. Because they haven't reduced it by 25%. So that's obviously off the cards for now. And then the other one, which was the Sittingbourne one, we went to view it again, and Pete came with me, and it just turned out that they wanted me just to rent it, and it was going to be quite a high monthly rent, and it was actually, I tried to do vendor finance. Yeah. So vendor finance is where they lend you a portion of the money, like the actual seller lends you a chunk of their money out of their equity to buy the house. So I thought, great, they've offered me £200,000 out of their £500,000 equity to put down as a deposit. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Does. They make it sound simple in the training packages and everything else and on social media. But actually, I went to probably about 8 brokers in the end, and nobody, like no lenders would entertain it unless I had 10% of my own money in the deal, so 50 grand.
Yeah, I've never really looked that deep into vendor finance. I've not had that opportunity.
There is a way of doing it, but you have to so they have to be willing for you to transfer the title into your name for 6 months, so you legally own the house. They have a first charge on the house, as if they're the bank, and then after 6 months you can remortgage and pay them the money. So in that time you could do something to the house as well.
Is it for them?
No, so they're going to have to wait at least 6 months for some money. But then, it can take 6 months to sell a house normally anyway. So it's still potential. And in that 6 months, you could do something to increase its value. Yeah. But the lenders seem to like this 6 month mark if you've owned it for 6 months. And this is the problem with the other one, with the buy-to-let. They couldn't get the buy-to-let mortgage because they hadn't rented it out for 6 months. So they said, if you can rent it out for 6 months, then come back and we'll give you the mortgage. Okay. But it's like, that seems really backwards to me.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
So again, it was a 6 months thing, and they weren't keen to get a bridging loan for 6 months to then refinance, and I can understand that because obviously it's expensive.
It's expensive,
and if you don't get off it, they wouldn't guarantee they're going to get off it, and that's the problem. So it's a real shame. And also I had a whole summer house full of stuff.
I'm assuming you still got all your stuff.
I've got a lot of it in the shed, in the summer house, and I've got I'd spent, I think it was £1,800 on the legal fee, so that's taken a massive hit off of my, because that's another month's worth of covering my mortgages and things. So that's probably where the hit's been, to be fair, which is why I'm having to look at the job.
So if you was to try again, what point would you say you need to do the legals then?
And this is it, isn't it? Because it's the time thing, because I want, you need to show willing that you're doing it and getting it drawn up, and it's taken a long time to get it drawn up. So, yeah, it's a very fine balance.
It's something you're going to have to swallow every time you do try.
Potentially. And I've heard, when I've now mentioned it to other people have said, yeah, we've had the same, like, lost money, but it's just, you win some, you lose some, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it is that learning curve, isn't it? And the other thing that I learned, obviously, was I paid probably £300 to have the searches done now, even though they wouldn't be relevant in 7 years when I bought it, just for peace of mind. But maybe in hindsight, maybe
you could have saved the money.
Saved it. But then, if it had happened the other way, and then in 7 years' time I go to buy it and something would have come up in the searches, it would have been worth spending that £300.
Yeah.
So it's really...
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, it's all learning. It's all positive and learning. So it has been hard, because it was just a couple of weeks of just really trying to sort of see if there was any way of getting around. There was like constant calls to brokers, like, can I do this, can I do that? Coming up with other creative ways.
It's draining in itself.
It's really, my brain was just going round and round in circles constantly. And then I'd be like, what if we do that? What if we do this? And I think at the end,
I wouldn't be able to sleep.
No,
if stuff like that was going on, which wouldn't be good for me.
Been hard. It has been hard for my brain to switch off, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of thought, right, that's it. Walk away from them ones, see what else we can do.
And you still kept going, like you've been really focused.
Well, this is what someone said to me the other day at a networking thing. Like, once you hit bottom, you have to, it forces your hand, you have to do something, which is kind of the state I'm in at the moment. If I don't do something, it's going back to getting a job. So I've got to, I've got to have the money coming in. So
whereas I'm already in the position where I've got a job.
So you're okay. So you can just
I don't want the job, but I need the job.
This is where you haven't got the pressure.
Which
is why I'm more driven, because I've got the pressure. I think that's what happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd cope if I didn't have a job.
I don't recommend it.
No, as much as I don't want to.
Although it's good, like, obviously, not having a job, and I have got a pension, so I'm getting a small amount, but obviously it's not enough to cover all the bills.
No.
So I do need something else coming in, which is supposed to be the bungalow. But the bungalow's only just starting to make money.
It's probably just starting to pick up now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's so expensive. Like, all the outgoings, like, you think, oh great, I've got this money coming in, and then it's all gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can't pay myself. And I know, like Rich Dad Poor Dad said, pay yourself first, but I can't not pay everyone else that needs the, you need to pay the mortgage, you need to pay the bills. I can't not do it.
That'll come in time though.
Yeah, and I think I've got a crippling tax. No, it's not a tax bill. I paid £600 a month for a year for this capital allowances report.
Yes.
So I can save 20 grand in tax. So it's worth it in the long run, but at the moment it's crippling, because obviously that's taken a massive chunk out of my profits. So once that's
been
gone,
stopped now, hasn't it, for new service accommodation?
Yeah, so it was
because you got in before that cut off.
Yeah,
you could still claim yours.
Yeah,
that's the result.
Yes, it is, but it's still crippling now.
Yeah,
which is, I didn't know that obviously at the time. But that's how it worked. So, but obviously I won't need to worry about that again, because it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, I think. And obviously I'm still paying monthly for releasing the equity from this house to buy that house. And I think once we remortgage and maybe incorporate that back into this house, into the mortgage, because this will have gone up in value. And from what I've seen around the area, it has gone up in value, so that's good. Then maybe that can help as well, reducing the monthly payments for my normal mortgage and my second charge. So
it's the beginning that is just really
tough,
hard, isn't it?
Yeah, really tough. And so I thought, what else? Well, I've just got to throw myself at everything and just try and get some more, almost like rent to rent or whatever. And I think I was just looking on the island, and I noticed a chalet was for rent and some properties were for sale and rent through a letting agent who goes networking.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, I'll get in touch with him and see if he's got anything. And he helped me out, and he's showed me a chalet in Laysdown, and his mate owns it, so it was good. And I got in there straight away. So I spoke to the landlord on Thursday, and I got the code, I think, that night or the next day.
Oh, wow.
So really, really good. It's been used as temporary accommodation, so it is a little bit shabby.
I mean,
it's not nothing like broken. So it's just a bit dirty, and grubby,
it's
and
not
dated.
really been someone's home, is it? So
No.
they've not looked after it.
Yeah, and it's a chalet, and the site is okay, but it's not like luxurious.
Yeah.
But I think having gone from the bungalow, which is luxury, to a chalet, which isn't. I mean, this would be like my budget range,
Yeah.
if you like.
But then you do need something to cater to everyone.
Yeah,
Not everyone can afford your lovely bungalow.
Exactly, which has been very expensive in the summer. Like someone booked it for like 1,100 for a weekend, just for 2 nights.
Wow.
So it's really expensive. Oh, so it's on dynamic pricing,
Yeah.
which I always hated. Like if I see dynamic pricing, I hated it as a consumer. But now owning it, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Because I have to.
You've got to make the money.
It wouldn't make money. It would not. I wouldn't be able to have it if it didn't cost more in the summer. Because that's the tourism trade, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So I do get it now, frustratingly, same as the cleaning fee.
Yeah.
And this is again the cleaning fee. The cleaning is a lot. It's probably £170 each turnover.
Each turnover.
So with the chalet, I'll probably have to just clean it myself, but I probably can because it's smaller.
Yeah.
And the laundrette is literally opposite it, so I can literally just chuck some bedding in there, clean it.
Is there not an option on site? Do they not have cleaners on site that
not that I'm aware of.
Pay a little bit of money?
It seems like a lot of people live on it rather than sort of holiday there. And it's supposed to be shut for 2 months of the year, but it might not be. So and if it is shut, I don't have to pay, which is good.
Yeah.
But so I've negotiated a deal where it was on for £1,000 a month. I've got it for £700 a month, but I've got the first 5 weeks rent free.
Oh, brilliant!
So that's
the
in
dream.
That time. But in that time, the first month's rent is kind of going towards refurbing it.
Yeah.
So we've been up there all bank holiday weekends.
I see your videos.
Cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, going a bit crazy. It was gross, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. So I bleached the floor yesterday, just chucked bleach down there. And it seems to be working. But it's a lot of clean. It's just the way they've gone in. Like, presumably someone's gone in after they've used it as temporary accommodation, and it was the walls were painted a colour, and presumably they've been told to paint it back to white.
Yeah.
They just painted on all of the skirting boards, all the door frames. Like, so you've got to get that paint off because it just looks messy.
Yeah.
There's wooden skirting boards, wooden architraves, and there's just paint all over it. And you're
So
like,
is that your job to paint it?
Yeah. Well, I'm not painting it. I'm just scrubbing it all back off again.
Okay.
Which is time consuming.
Yeah.
And messy. But...
So when are you hoping to have it ready by?
Oh, good question. Probably, I reckon next weekend.
Oh, that quick?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's just things like I'm sourcing everything very cheaply.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously it's not mine. We're very conscious of the fact it's someone else's investment property.
Yeah.
We're not going to be putting a lot of our own money into it. So we need the returns on it. So, but I mean, you can source a lot of things fairly cheaply. Like I need a shower screen, that's about 60 quid.
Yeah.
Pete did ask them to take the oven out of it, but actually the oven works perfectly fine now. Now Pete's fixed it anyway.
Okay.
He's so good.
Good old Pete.
Yeah, he literally he can't cope with it if it doesn't work. So it's like just the ignition on the oven, it just wouldn't work. Like so, it wasn't. You don't want guests having to lean into the oven to light a bloody gas-lit oven. So he had it all apart, and it was something to do. There was 2 bits wrong with it. He just soldered it, fixed it. And it's now working
saved you a lot of money then?
Yeah, because we were looking at getting a new one, and even an old crappy cooker was like 150 quid.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just for gas cooker,
that's
an
quite
old fashioned one. Yeah, so I was like, oh, just save the money. So as long as I can keep it under the sort of £700,
yeah,
which is the month, then that should work.
So is that about the going rate, £1,000 for a chalet?
Well, that's what they had it on for.
How big is it?
2 bedrooms.
2 bed.
1 bath, obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was looking. I don't know if you remember. Looked at caravans last year potentially to buy.
Yeah, I would say
it's not the
chalets
best.
over caravans because obviously they're bricks rather than caravans. Definitely depreciate quicker, I think.
I think a 3-bed caravan. Was $750, 800. But then that was a while ago anyway. So things change quickly around here.
Yeah, but I think if it works, it works, and then we'll see. And if it works, then I'll try and push that a bit more and get the going. So I'm thinking probably £75-80 a night.
Yeah.
So obviously 10 nights, that'd be 80 quid, 800.
Yeah.
Then that would only just cover the rent and the council tax. So it's got to do well, otherwise it's not going to be profitable.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure it's doing more than 10 nights a month.
Blaisdown is very popular.
It's popular in the summer, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you get like a contractor who's working for a month or something in the area and needs something.
We're going to have a lot of contractors in the area soon, aren't we?
Well,
I'd
yes,
imagine.
Exactly. We've got some in the bungalow at the moment.
Oh, have you?
They literally booked at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon for 4 o'clock check-in again.
Do you know what they're working on? Are they on the 700?
They're the ones that I think
homes?
No, I think they're the prison ones.
Okay.
These are the ones that stayed before that were messy.
Ah.
And I've sort of said, look, please
Don't
tell
do
them.
that again.
And we've got a really quick turnover because we've got someone coming in 2 hours early when they check out. So that would literally going to make sure I'm on standby on Friday in case they leave it in a mess and have to go and help the cleaners.
Cleaner, yeah.
But I have said, I left them a bad review and I gave said to her, please can you tell the contractors to abide by the house rules and just tidy up after themselves.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, not a lot. And I'm hoping that they do.
Well,
Otherwise,
come back.
Yeah, well, this is it. Even though if we gave them a bad review, they still came back. It wasn't like a bad review. It was just a constructive sort of. This is what they've done. I sent all the pictures of
Yeah,
it was a mess.
be a bit respectful.
Yeah, I think they're just young kids probably. So wait and see. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how the chalet goes. And I'm using a lot of the stuff I've got in the summer house already. So our yellow blinds from our kitchen that we had.
Yes.
They've gone in there. Just everything that I can use. Pete, he keeps stuff just in case sort of thing. So it's been really handy because he's like.
I'm one of them people. I like to hoard.
Well, it makes sense after you go, oh, I've got a bit of wood. So
yeah.
Yeah, really handy. And then it's just things like just refreshing, like the curtain poles and things. They're all wooden and broken and make sure it's matching curtains. And
this is right up your street anyway. You love dressing things up, don't you? Well, I did see a post.
About staging.
Yeah, potentially going to be staging.
I know, we spoke about this before, didn't we? And it was going to see a business networking where a lady, Jenny, was talking about her Faro staging. Just a little plug for her there. And it just actually kind of made sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of doing that anyway with the Airbnbs. We're making them look nice to stand out. I had loads of furniture, obviously, but I'm now using that furniture. But maybe you can do different levels of it. So you can do consultation. So you just go around and say, look, you should paint this wall, you should get rid of this, clear this, declutter there, that sort of thing, which you can just give them a written report and then go and maybe check it afterwards.
How much would you charge someone for that?
I haven't got to the pricing stage yet. Yeah, but it's it's still decent money, and again that would be my job. So then that rather than having a job, would be another business. And then otherwise, obviously, you can go in and take all the furniture, but then it's either leasing it or the storing of it. So I'm just getting to the point where just learning all that.
Worthwhile.
Yeah, but I'm doing an online course, which seems quite good. So it's CHSSP, which is an online course. And it sort of takes you through, and you have to kind of it shows you pictures of a house, then you've got to say what you would do.
What you would do, yeah.
Source the
Sounds
products.
quite fun.
Yeah, I think it would have been.
I enjoy.
Yeah, have a look at it. It is good, and maybe it's something we could do together then.
Yeah.
But it was fun until I obviously got the chalet, and then I've had to focus everything on there, and I'm actually sourcing stuff for real.
Yeah.
That I haven't got the brain power to think about something that's not real right now.
No.
It's like coursework, so I've just got to focus on the chalet until that's done, and then once it's done I can...
Well, can you use the real thing towards it?
I think you can, but they have actual coursework projects where it's this is the room and it's all looks horrible and you've got to make it look nice. What would you do to it, and what would you tell you've got to be very tactful, and what would you say to the client, and how much can you source things from, keeping it all within budget and things like that. So but I'd like to do it. Of course, you get a lot of people do the show homes, don't you, and all really high-end stuff, but maybe doing it more sort of budget-friendly for the islands. There's so many houses that are for sale that just look old or dated or unloved because they've got no furniture in. Yeah. It would help, I think.
We are in a bit of a deprived area anyway, aren't we? So I think it will be more.
But it does increase the value of the property as well. That's the thing.
Yeah,
do sell
sells
for more.
quicker.
Yeah.
Normally for at least asking price. It's definitely worthwhile doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's another thing in the back burner. But as I say, chalet's got to take priority. We'll get that done before I start paying the bills.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. So next month.
But might have more by then.
Well, maybe. Well, because they say they have got another one, but it needs more work, that one.
Yeah.
And that's scary if it needs more. I've got the keys, I need to go and have a look at it. So I'm crossing my fingers it's not too much and won't take too long, and then I can have 2 up and running.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And then just hoping, just again, networking. So again, I was chatting to someone who I hadn't met before, and he knows a lot of people with chalets on the island. Yeah. So I'm hoping he said he'll have a chat with them and see if any of them are for rent.
Because it's not everyone's cup of tea, so you might not have any competition there.
But you say, like you say, they are really popular. And we said before
that
how many caravans there are. I was told the other day how many there was, and it is like thousands.
It was thousands. Yeah, I remember
Absolutely
someone telling me a
thousands.
few months back.
Yeah.
And then we got the lovely Danny, both Dannys.
Danny
Dyer,
yes.
Doing his programme.
Yeah.
Actually in
I
Lace
can't remember what it's called, but it's something to do with bringing back the good British caravan holiday, isn't it?
So it's only going to increase the popularity of
I hope
Lacedown.
so. I think it's on Sky in the summer, so and I think it's the makers of like Clarkson's Farm and things as well. So
I've literally only just watched Clarkson's Farm. I haven't watched telly for so long, and in my little month of sort of taking it back a bit and doing things I enjoy, I've watched all of Clarkson's Farm and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's so emotional.
It's consumed some of my time.
Yeah.
So I think actually the final straw for me, thinking I need to take a break at the moment, I set up a limited company a while back and I had to do my first year accounts.
Okay.
And where I haven't made money, I was trying to not spend any more money.
Yeah.
And it frazzled my brain. It probably took me 2 weeks to get my head around and get the micro accounts done.
You need to get an accountant.
I probably do, but
yeah.
I'm not at the stage where I want to pay one right now.
Well, I've had major problems with my accountant.
Yes, I remember you saying.
They overcharged me for 2 companies for about 3 months. Then they undercharged me, so I had to pay them back. Then they filed my accounts late. And then I got a refund for my self-assessment that it wasn't needed. And then they asked me for the money back again, and I haven't paid it yet. And I've gone to them, can you just tell me everything that I've paid and what was required, and they still haven't come back to me. I've just cancelled my direct debits and I'm going to move over.
Is it?
No, I mean, especially as
it's meant to take the stress away, isn't it?
Yeah, and as first-time business owners, we don't know what we're doing.
No.
It's horrible because you need that support. So I'm going to a much more supportive, helpful accountant, which should
through networking.
Through networking again. So
recommended.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
But I'd probably recommend Pink Squared for you, maybe, and then. Because it's a bit sort of smaller, whereas I wanted to go like a bigger one. Probably regret it now because money wise, but I just want.
You do generally get what you pay for, though, don't you?
Yeah, and they are really good. I mean, Pink Squared, she's really good as well. But and she'll probably listen to the podcast. So a little plug for it there. And I'm going to go with Friend and Grant. So they are.
Is that a local
property?
one?
Yeah, they're local, and I see Darren a lot, and he's really helpful, and just very property obviously focused.
Yeah.
So.
That's what you want.
Yeah. So, as long as I can afford it, it's all good.
Oh.
So, we'll have to wait and see how this month goes, won't we? And
catch
up. But it shows that it's such a roller coaster, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's not
I'm
easy.
hoping. So, I've got a holiday in 2 weeks, got my first cruise, and I can't wait.
That's a big cruise, isn't it?
No, the big one's the end of the year.
Oh, okay. Where's this one?
This one's Portugal and
Spain.
That
was still pretty decent.
But the end of the year we go to Caribbean and Florida. I can't wait. But I suppose there's some bucket list things.
Yeah.
So in the last month we've all been to see Usher.
Very nice.
Took the girls. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Took my girls to their first Garage Nation. I'm sure some people will be disgusted at that, but I've promised them they could go and see DJ Luck and MC Neat for so long, and they were there. So
that's pretty cool.
Opportunity was there. So we've done 2 concerts in the last month. Had my wedding anniversary, so a nice meal out, comedy show. Yeah. So I've been enjoying life.
Yeah, and you have to. You 100% have to do it because there's no point in putting it on the back burner because tomorrow's never guaranteed. So make the most of life and enjoy it, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life and learnt very young how short life can be. I lost my brother. He was 10, I was 9.
It's awful.
So I had grief and that very young and had probably a different outlook on life to a lot of people.
Yeah, so I think just enjoy it.
I lost my mum at 28 and I want my girls to have best memories they can.
Yeah, and they 100% have so far.
Yeah, they do alright.
Yeah.
I don't think they realise how lucky they are at times. But
this is the problem,
when they get older and look back, I'm sure they will. But
let's hope so. Yeah, we got Disneyland Paris in 2 weeks as well. So
yes.
And again, it's that thing of probably shouldn't go now. Probably can't afford it. I'm getting a horse at the end of the week as well.
I've totally forgot about your horse. Yeah. That's definitely happening.
Yeah, she's coming over on the island on Sunday. So
amazing.
I've got another mouth to feed. another bills to pay. But yeah, if I don't do it now,
That's your dream,
life,
isn't it?
yeah, 100% the
Yeah.
dream with my cousin and her horse. And we've wanted to do it since we were kids.
Yeah.
And I think if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. And it's
Especially
just the right
where
opportunity.
you're getting the horse.
Yeah. So it's Millie, who I've been riding for 18 months already.
Yeah.
So, and she's lovely. And it's just going to be amazing to be able to ride her onto the beach.
And you're going to try and get rid of my fear of horses.
Yeah, she'll come meet her.
Yeah.
she'll put you off. Yeah, not
Put me off?
No, she'll put you off. I was going to say put off your fear, but that's not the right thing. She'll cure your fear.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, the girls will love her as well.
Yeah, my girls have always wanted to ride horses
and
that, but as I'm not a horse person because they scare me, I've not looked into it.
No, yeah, you can meet the ponies.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So this time next month it'll be a whole other story, no doubt.
Hopefully.
Love more stuff to tell you. So yeah, cool.
And my fitness, actually, that's
On
taken
running.
priority.
Okay, so have you got a goal you want to get to in a month's time? A certain distance or something?
I'm not sure I'll increase my distance. So I'm doing 5k every other day. And
that's really good.
my time will hopefully obviously improve. My breathing's improving.
Yeah.
I'm not wheezing.
That shows that you're obviously
Yeah.
doing
I have
cardio.
knocked 2 minutes off of my 5k in a week.
Oh, well done.
I don't know how I'm doing, but I'm only competing with myself. So it's nice to see
there's an improvement.
Because with property, like, you can go off in all different angles and don't ever feel like you really achieve anything, and some things are not measurable.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the same route every other day, and I can see the improvements quite quickly.
Yeah. And it spurs you on then, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to achieve something. It might be something small, but I need to start thinking about my health a little bit more. And again, coming back to the girls, being a good role model.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
So what have you got a property goal you want to achieve? Just saying that about small goals, obviously, or a small achievement. For me, that small achievement is the chalet. So
yes,
and obviously I want to try and get another one then, and get some money coming in. What's your goal?
When my head's back in the right space, which is hopefully going to be after my holiday, I still want to do deal sourcing. And before I said I was going to pay to be compliant, but in my head I'm thinking I'm really going to challenge myself. And I want to do it with no money down whatsoever. So we spoke before about you can have 50% of the money for putting the deal forward.
Yeah.
And not being compliant.
So site finder.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I should try and earn the money to then become compliant. And then I can actually share with people a way that it can be free, no money down at all.
Yeah. It's all good.
Fingers crossed. I might inspire others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If it fails, I'll let you know.
Wow, what a month. Right, we'll catch up with you again next month and see how things go.
Bye.
Bye.